Hi folks, welcome back to Keeping It Real with Camilo. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and this year my wife is making apple pie. So without further ado, I will turn the camera over and see how we make this apple pie. Enjoy. Okay, so apple pie, here we go. Here are our ingredients. We have 2 cups of flour, and then we got 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. We got a 1/3 cup of butter.
No, the butter's here.
Yeah. And then we have a 1/3 cup of shortening. We have here, we got a total of 12 tablespoons of water, but we'll use as much as we need to make the dough nice and soft and moist. So we're going to start with the ingredients. So what we're going to do is add all the dry ingredients into the flour. And stir it up a little bit. Done. We're going to cut in the butter into the flour with your fork until the dough gets nice and crumbly.
I'm going to cut some.
Alright, so the butter has been cut into the flour, as you see it's crumbly there. And we're going to do the same thing with the shortening. So get it nice and crumbly. So the next step is we're adding the water. Like I said, 12 tablespoons, up to 12 tablespoons. We want to make sure that the water is incorporated into the flour and it's a nice moist until the dough's moist. Because this one took all 12 cups, or 12 tablespoons, sorry. There we go. So the dough is nice and moist, all one consistency. Now I'm going to put it onto the board, form it a little bit more, and cut the dough in half. Here we go, cutting it in half. And half of it we're going to wrap up with some saran wrap. And so we'll wrap both of them up into that ball, and they'll both go in the fridge while we prepare the filling, the apple filling. And now for the filling. So with this, we're going to use 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and mix it up real good. We're going to use 6 cups of sliced apples. You can, depending on how you like your apple pie, so we want a little tart, a little sweetness. We can use some Granny Smith and Honey Crisp for today's apple pie. Again, depending on the size of the apple, we need about 6 cups of sliced apples. So we'll get to that in just a moment. So there you have it. Here's your 6 cups of sliced apples, about 1/4 inch thick, and then sliced in half again. And we're going to put the mixture that we made into the apples now. Incorporate that all in there. So every piece of apple is covered in that goodness. Get your hands in there. So one of the balls of dough is removed from the fridge, and we're gonna roll it out to a 12-inch circle. Flour the board a little bit so it doesn't stick. And how do we know if it's 12 inches? Well, old school. Just measure it with a ruler. Look at that.
We got it.
Perfect. I've got a 9-inch pie pan. We put the crust, the dough on the bottom here.
Oh, it fit nice. It fit nice. Better.
Nice. Look at that. So now it's ready for the apple filling. Look at that. You can smell. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. There we go. And then we take the top part of the dough out, the ball out from the fridge, and I'm going to roll that so we can cover up the apples. And kind of same thing you want to do about a 12-inch in diameter. Look at you. And now we place the rolled out dough on top. Look at that. Alright, so now we're going to need to place some slits, about 8 slits into the top of the pie so then it can vent out. Alright, and then we take some melted butter and we're going to brush the top of it. And on top of that, we're going to sprinkle with some granulated sugar. Okay, so now we're going to cover the edge of the crust with some tin foil so it doesn't burn. And we're going to set the oven to 400 degrees. We're going to put the pie in the middle rack and we're going to bake it for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, we're going to take it out of the oven, take the tin foil off the crust, and then we're going to put it back in the oven for anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. Depending on what kind of oven you have. So I would say check it after 10 minutes. If it's golden brown, as the juice is flowing out of it, then it's pretty much done. So here we go. We're going to put it in a 400 oven and we'll let you see the end product. There you have it, folks. Here's the end product. So we'll cut that up in a little bit, put it on a plate, and show you what the inside looks like. All right, let's dig into this bad boy. Nice slice here. And some people like it warmed up. I like mine cold. Let's see. Look at that nice big piece of pie. And what goes good with that is a nice scoop of ice cream. Right next to it. And we have to taste it, of course. Delicious. It's the best apple pie I've ever had. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Happy Thanksgiving.